Happy Monday. How's your mom and them family? It's so good to be with you today. Welcome, my co host, Dazzling Dina and Rodeo Ray. Welcome,
Hey
welcome.
y'all.
Hey, so on that note, I want to ask our listeners to help us with one thing before we give a shout out to our sponsor. So, we each have names on this show, Dazzling Dina, Rodeo Ray, and as you'll see, I do not have one. We need your help with what goes with Tina. And if Walter gets on here within reason. You guys help us out. Help us out. What goes to the tea? Anyway, Ray, this episode is brought to you by Ray at Green on TikTok Shop. And if you love smart finds that make everyday life easier, this is for you. From home upgrades to pet essentials to beauty favorites that help you feel put together, even on your busiest days, she's curating products with real women in mind. No gatekeeping, no gimmicks, just honest recommendations and live demos so you can see what you're buying before you buy it. Search at Red Green on TikTok and check out the shop tab because we deserve products that actually work. Thank you, Ray, for that. So, ladies, how was your weekend? What'd you do? Anything fun?
Yeah, I traveled a good bit. Hubby was off for a few days, so we went to a casino and ended up at the Crater of Diamonds State Park in Murfreesboro, Arkansas.
Nice. Did you find any diamonds?
No, I did not. But it
Oh,
was fun, still, the same. It was nice to see it and explore.
yeah, cool. It sounds like a fun place to go. You can mine for diamonds. I mean, it would be cool if you were getting engaged or something. To find your own diamond, wouldn't it?
That would be. There's several stories of girls who have posted online where they went and found their own diamond.
I wonder, like, what the percentage is, though. Like, one out of every 25 or something, or like, what's the actual percentage?
And they average 2 diamonds found per day.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
How many
what
people there?
Well, we were there, maybe 40, 50.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just, couple hours into it. So
Not the same odds of Vegas, I guess.
better, at least this one, it's only $15 to get in.
Hey,
Better odds.
did they give you like the mining stuff and all that there?
You can rent it or bring your own.
Okay. All right. That would be fun to do, I think. Even if you live close and to go do it often, then you'd eventually find some, right?
Absolutely. Law averages, you surely would.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
That's so
Scarlett.
fun.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Walter.
Hey.
Walter chimed in too. Oh, thank you, Walter. Think on that a little bit.
Hey, Walter.
Walter's thinking on a T to go with Tina. Yeah.
I say testimony, Tina.
Testimony Tina. Testify, Tina. What? I don't know. Hey, what'd you do this weekend?
I had another cheer competition to go to.
Wow.
So I did that. And then I also went and took Anna to her dance practice Saturday. She is preparing for Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, nice.
Which is going to be at the Rome Auditorium the last weekend of the month. And she has several parts in there. She's one of the Babettes, which are the girls that are like so swooning over Gaston.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
she's the lead.
That dance company does all their dances the same as Cartersville City Ballet. They always schedule their things the same. It's funny. Yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah,
but it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
nice.
Anyways, but it was fun. We had an action-packed weekend. Andre and Amara came to the cheer competition. So that was Amara's first time seeing a cheer competition. So I said, Andre, you're going to be in trouble.
Wow.
But she loved it.
I bet.
Yeah.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. Hi, girls.
Mm.
Ray, how old is Amara now?
And then it was my son's birthday. He turned 29.
Oh, wow.
Weekend, so
Happy birthday, Andre.
Sweet. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, ladies, I think it's time for some getting in your grits. Ray, who's this segment brought to you by? Oh, Tina Licious. Thanks, Walter. That one has been floated out there. Tina Licious. Okay.
In different variations.
We'll have to do some. Yeah. Most of which were not appropriate. Ray, who's this segment brought to you by?
All right. This segment is brought to you by Fitness First, where the mission is to help you move better, feel stronger, live healthier, no matter your age or fitness level. Every training and nutrition strategy is tailored to your needs, goals, and lifestyle. Train smarter, not harder. Fitness First by our own Jennifer Plummer.
You can find Jennifer on Facebook and on Instagram at Fitness First. Look her up. She's your girl if you need some training. Dina, tell me what's getting your grits and what you're loving this week.
Well, what's keeping my grits is the cost of medicine without insurance.
Oh, girl. Don't even get me started.
Girl, I got quoted $1,100 for one injection.
Yep, my mom had to get some medicine and $1,100 today, and we got to do this whole thing to file for help, and and they're on Medicare, and it won't even cover it. And that's the only thing she can take for her arthritis. So it's just maddening to me. Maddening.
Yeah, they're trying to give me trouble about my injections that I do, my Monjaro.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because they're only wanting to approve me for 3 more.
That's crazy.
Oh, no.
Oh, Walter says Tina the Diva. I mean,
That's a good one.
A little bit of a diva. It's true. That could be bougie Tina. It don't rhyme, but that's what
You don't have to rhyme.
That's what my sticker
rhyme.
Bougie T. I could be bougie T. All right, Walter, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Absolutely. We like those suggestions.
I do. But yeah, Dina, I agree with you. Medical costs and gosh, just ridiculous. I can't even. I haven't had insurance for years, so I'm pay out of pocket, and
as am I.
It is crazy.
T bougie.
It says T bougie. That's my rapper name right there.
Kind of cute.
Yeah.
I like T bougie. Okay. You're bringing it today. All right. Dina, what you loving?
I am loving these new spectacles that I got. I actually got some shades as well, y'all. I had never been to an America's Best, but I was impressed. They had designer brands, like the glasses are Jimmy Choo, and the other are Tom Ford. Nice. So I'm not Tom Ford. I'm sorry, Marc Jacobs. So they actually had some really good selections, and the prices were pretty good too. Nice. So America's Best. If y'all hadn't been, check them out. They have stuff you'll actually wear. I was so happy because I had been before.
I have a pair from America's Best, and then I have this pair that I got online.
Mm-hmm. And which do you like better? Kylie.
But I also got their transitions, so when I don't have to take them off, and they get dark in the sun, so I really love that.
I had a pair of those and didn't care for it because I felt that it stayed dark too long, like it didn't transition well.
I had a pair, it used to be like that, but these they get clear, so I don't mind these. So.
My sunglasses, actually, it's a sunglass that it's magnet and just sticks on top. Which I like. I have to have a second pair of prescription sunglasses, which are very expensive. So yeah.
But I like America's Best too. I go there. That's who I go get my exam at.
Glasses are crazy because you have to shop around like crazy. Like for me, I have Progressive, so America's Best didn't apply, and they were going to be like $500 after I was done.
Oh my.
Yeah,
it was crazy. But anyway,
Right. Yeah, luckily my insurance kicked in this time for them.
Oh, that's good.
But these were $100, and they're Progressives and transitions, and I got them online. So.
Hey,
comedian.
I don't want to mispronounce your name. Miss Perkins. I'm gonna say that. I don't want to mispronounce your name, girl.
Welcome in.
Thanks for being here.
For being here, Haley. They are new, Lee. Her glasses are. That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Lee was excited about today and about our show. So
Nice, nice. Ray, tell me what's getting in your grits and what you loving.
what's getting in my grits and what I'm loving all goes together today. So what's getting my grits is when kids lie to me.
Heck
So my little lovely granddaughter who lives with me. So I do have 3 granddaughters, just to be clear, and one more on the way. But one of them lives with me, and that is Miss Lexi. And she lied to me on Thursday. And she told me that she got on the bus. I called her because I thought she missed the bus. And then when I went to leave the house, I could not find her. And she told me she was on the bus when I called her. She said, well, she texted me and said, I can't talk because I'm on the bus. And I said, okay, so you got on the bus. So couldn't find her in the house, right? And I thought she missed the bus, but she said she got on the bus. Okay, all right. So I went off to work. Well, about 1 o'clock, I got a text from her saying, Mimi, I think we had a half day today because I'm already home from school. And I was like, you know that I can figure that out, right? And she's like, well, I'm home, so we must have had a half day. Then I, like, no lie, 2.7 seconds after I got that, I got a phone call from the school saying that she was absent.
Oh my gosh. She skipped school.
She skipped school.
She is 12 years old. Lord help us.
Yes. She's 12. She hid in her closet and texted me from her closet. And yeah. So I have a video I'd like for y'all to see.
Oh my Oh, Ray paused. Oh my goodness.
Take Lexi to school.
Am I there?
The day after she skipped and lied to her, Mimi. Here we go. I'm taking her in.
No, stop. You're not even allowed to freaking record on school.
What do you think about my hair?
Stop.
And my makeup? And my pajamas?
Why are you telling other people?
Did you get out of the car and kiss her goodbye?
I got out. I walked her in to the school, and she tried to walk very fast away from me. I'm like, hey, Lexi, come on, let's go talk to the office people.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is absolutely awesome.
I did let the school know exactly what was happening, and she got a counseling session that day.
Oh, that is so great. That is so
The
great.
counselor told her that she really, really wished that she was up there in the office whenever I came in because they loved it.
So
the office.
That is so awesome.
You know those ladies at the middle school, so you know they were all about it. You know,
awesome. Dana, tell us that is,
and I blasted her on my TikTok. I have 2 videos up on my TikTok.
The best could have done right there. I'm telling you what. Hey, Corner Steve. He said he's on the golf course. His wife let him off the leash today. So, yeah, you go, Steve. Enjoy your golf today. Hey, Dina, I want you to tell me real quick what you're loving, real quick, and what? No, Dina, you did yours. Yeah,
you did it already.
It's
your turn.
We actually have a special guest today, and we are going to be talking about in our Spill the Tea segment in a little while. So we're going to have a special guest, and we don't want to. I thought he was here. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, he's here. So yeah. All right, but we don't want to. All right. So our next segment is Spill the Tea, and this segment is brought to you by the Adairsville Coffee Co. at 6365 Joe Frank Harris Parkway in Adairsville, Georgia. ACC's motto is drink better, feel better, be better. You can order beans for home and other merchandise at www.adairsvillecoffeeco.com. We have a lot of great products on there, so be sure to check it out. You can have delicious fresh roasted beans at home, so you don't want to miss out on that. So, Dina, tell us what's happening in celebrity gossip. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, Y'all recognize this face. The name is Britney Spears.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, y'all, we love her. She's a hot mess, but she has got herself in some trouble. On
She-
March 5th,
hot mess.
March 4th, she got a DUI in Ventura County, California.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So she was driving around 9:30 p.m. She was observed driving erratically, was pulled over, sobriety test ensued, and she was arrested for DUI. So she was booked into jail and released the next morning. And now her representatives are saying they hope that she is given rehab, not jail time. I hope for her sake she does get rehab because I think she needs help. I don't think jail time would help her.
I've always wanted to know the real truth on
Oh, she did it again.
He did, Walter.
oh, Walter, you popped it today, bro. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, she's troubled. She's a troubled girl.
You wanted to know the truth on the conservatorship. Is that what you were going to say?
Just her whole story, her whole life is like, okay, was she just really, did she struggle with mental illness really, truly? And that's why her dad took the conservatorship, but they don't really tell the whole story or what, you just wonder, like,
Because she's still struggling.
Yeah.
I think she does struggle with mental illness. We have to give her that. I do believe that she does struggle with mental illness.
Yes, and that's why I really hope they do give her some kind of rehab. Y'all, Atlanta's own Kim Zolciak Bierman. She was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she was married to Atlanta Falcons Corey Bierman. She was pulled over the same day as Brittany in downtown Atlanta for DUI.
Big DUI day.
Big DUI day, y'all. Apparently, she was observed somewhere in Atlanta. Y'all, and I tried to find where she was at, and nobody's saying who has her. The social media is saying that they have yet decided on what they're going to charge her with. That's why her mugshot has yet to appear or a list of charges. But somebody got her blowing the breathalyzer, as you can see, and it is all over that she was booked somewhere for DUI.
Oh my gosh.
So she's a hot mess. She's, going through a foreclosure. The IRS has leaned her a few times. So that would not surprise me if she was driving under the influence because she is a big time public drinker anyway. Like she advertises, all her alcohol and how much she drinks.
God. DUI, I just have little tolerance for. Yeah.
Well, especially with those two situations, we know they have the ability to get an Uber or ask for help. Like,
call a cab, just don't drink and drive.
Exactly. Like, ask somebody to help you if you're inebriated. Like, they have no business. Nobody does.
It always is amazing to me. I was talking to Hester about this the other day about how many, like, even motorcycle drivers and just people in cars go to bars and sit and drink all night and then just go get in their car and go home. And I'm thinking, if I were a cop, I would just sit right there. I'd just sit right there at the bar and just catch people. It's just crazy. I had a friend who unfortunately chose to drive and drink and killed 2 people. So yeah, it's I think it's something to play with, man.
No, it's not.
It's really not.
Spending 10 years in jail. So yeah, it's crazy. Ray, tell us what's happening locally.
All right. We got a St. Patty's cruise-in happening in Adairsville at none other than the Adairsville Coffee Company, coming up on the 14th of March, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come out. It should be a really fun time. Great coffee, great people.
Hey, I know that place.
Thing to do.
I know
You know that place? You know it?
You should come. Bring your car, bring your bike. Motorcycles are welcome. Please come join us. It'll be awesome. It's going to be a fun day. We had about 50, 60. I'll talk about it in a little while, though. Go ahead.
And then, oh my gosh, you guys, if we could go to this, I would love to. This is the Southern Momma, Darren Knight. And he is funny. And he is going to be in Marietta and at the Alley Stage in Marietta. And it's going to be on Thursday, March the 12th. And boy, howdy, I've seen him all over social media, and he is a funny guy.
That's this coming Thursday, right?
It
Yes.
is this coming Thursday.
Okay.
I don't know if we could get tickets. That would be so much fun to do, though.
Oh my gosh, that would be funny. He's hilarious. I have heard him some too. He is pretty funny.
He
is
is.
very.
You know, we have a friend who knows him personally. I'll hit her up in a minute.
Okay.
Really?
Yes, I talked to him on the phone. Well, she was at her condo in Florida. Sherry.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right. Well, our feel good story this week is about a 13-year-old boy who, with a can do attitude, who's recycled millions of cans and earned money for different charities. He's raised thousands of dollars by recycling more than 1 million aluminum cans. Young Ryan Hewling came up with the idea as a way to make money for food banks while also caring for the environment. From his home in Soy Hill, England's West Midlands, he started contacting businesses asking if they could spare any cans which he could sell. Ryan started collecting a few hundred cans per week in 2023 to store at his home, which is when his parents got on board, crushing the cans to save space by driving over them in their car before Ryan bagged them up. Like in the US, UK scrap metal firms pay between 10 and 50 cents per pound of aluminum. And last year, Ryan collected 8 tons of cans, which raised $7,300 for a women's charity. Sometimes I think I'd rather be playing video games with my friends because I'm 13 years old, Ryan told the UK's Southwest News Service. But actually, when I think about it more deeply, I really love what I do because I get to help people and families who are in need. Over the last 3 years, Ryan has recycled an estimated 1.5 million cans, which has amassed some $20,000, every penny of which he donated to charity. It has attracted so much attention that his family was given an industrial crushing machine, which bundles Ryan's cans into large metal bales that make it easy to transport and store. Still in school, Ryan dedicates around 20 hours a week to his charity recycling, collecting cans after school and at weekends. We are very proud of Ryan and really want to help him expand, said Ryan's mom, Karima. The cans come from around 200 regular suppliers, but we want to broaden that to many thousands. For the last 3 months, we recycle 1 ton per month, but we are capable of much, much more. So I just thought that was a really cool story. I love it when kids take initiative to do things and want to make a difference. At our school, we try to teach our kids that they're world changers. Don't sit around and wait for somebody else to do it. You can do it. Everybody's got something in their hands that they can do something with. And so that's, I just love that story because that really kind of goes along with who we are at Living Way Academy too. So that was really cool. Thought that was a great story.
That's very cool.
Yeah, 1 month. That is a lot of stinking cans.
That is.
That's a lot of cans to crush. But hey, Ray, that could give our kids something to do when they're not working in the afternoons. You know, when they've done all their work and they're driving us crazy because they're bored and they want something to do. I think that would be great. Great. Give them something to do.
Yeah.
Well, our next segment is our topic of the week segment, and we're a little bit early. We're gonna excuse me. We're gonna roll on into that segment because I think we can spend a little extra time here today because we have a special guest today, and today's topic is midlife and all its glory. And typically midlife is roughly around 50 to 65. Today we're going to really focus on the over 50 age. I'm so sorry. Over
The
50.
pollen's kicking.
Yeah, the pollen's kicking. But this season of life, as we all know, is characterized by physical decline, reduced metabolism, vision and hearing loss, the peak of career and earnings, and increased responsibility for aging parents and younger generations. Many people feel their best days are behind them at this stage, but today we want to present to you a different perspective. I recently had the privilege of co-authoring a book with 5 of my friends entitled The Fifth Pivot, Finding Life, Love, and Purpose After 50. And today we have a very special guest with us who's going to pop in. He's been waiting in our green room patiently for us to get to this segment, if I can talk. His name is Rod Coote, and he's the editor and author who pulled all this project together. Hey, Rod.
Hi there. How's it going, everybody?
Rod is coming from Anchor Point, Alaska. So I believe I saw you blowing snow yesterday. Is that true, Rod?
Oh, yeah. We had another storm. And so the thing about our storms is whenever you blow snow, you usually have to go back and blow it the next day because the wind drifts it over. So,
my gosh.
but I'm not blowing today.
I love Alaska and I'm going there this summer, but I just don't know that I can do the winters. I'm just a
Oh,
wood,
come on. You just stay inside as much as you can.
just stay inside for like 4 months.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Well, this book, the girls had a chance to read some excerpts from the book today and loved it. You guys loved it, right?
Yes, very much so.
It has been a really fun project. Rod and 4 of our other friends have just it's been so much fun and brought so much joy to us. And I wanted to read something from the preface, Rod, that you wrote because I just love it. It said 50. They often say is the summit. Everything after is a gentle descent into irrelevance. Ah, but what a terrible myth that is. As someone who's been navigating this so-called descent for a while now, I can tell you it's more like discovering a hidden trail that leads to vistas you never knew existed. Life after 50 isn't an epilogue, it's the revelation where love deepens, purpose sharpens, and wisdom, hard won through storms, finally finds its voice. That is an excerpt from the preface of the book we authored called The Fifth Pivot. And Rod, tell me what inspired you to do this project, to pull all of us knuckleheads together and do this project.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I really am privileged to be here, and I think this is the comedy segment for the show.
Right.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
No, for me, I'd say 7 years ago, I found myself divorced. Didn't want to be, but there you go. It just happened, and I was thinking that really life was basically over. And anyway, but somewhere inside there was just something that wouldn't die. And anyway, I believe that same kind of ember kind of burns in most people. You know, our culture is really good at kind of telling you that your days are numbered. We're obsessed with youth, and people try to hang on to it with everything they can, right?
Yeah.
But then I met Donna, and Donna's my wife, who is the sweetest love. I don't even remember the days that went before, honestly. And anyway, we made a decision, and this is really the impetus for the book. We made a decision. We just wanted to live well. And anyway, we didn't really know exactly what that meant, but we would know it whenever it was happening. And so to the best of our ability, we leaned into that value. And anyway, that led us up to my 67th birthday, which was almost a year ago now in April. And we went through the season, and the season was wonderful. We run a mission here called North of Hope, and so we have fish camps and work teams. And at the end of the summer, I noticed that we have property overlooking the ocean over here, and there's a bluff there, and there was a bunch of trees that had grown up. And so I decided I needed to cut about 400 of those trees to preserve our view. So I went over there and I spent 2 days cutting trees. And then I spent 2 days recovering, like flat on my back. And that had never happened before. And so anyway, I just was telling Donna, I don't think I can do this anymore. And our conversations led to the reality that more and more that we were doing some things for the last time. And that age really does that to you. There's just some things like I don't care if I go on another roller coaster with my granddaughters or anything that goes in a circle. I don't even care anymore.
Nope. Right.
And so, but you know what we were noticing is that things were getting smaller, and our life was getting smaller, our world was getting smaller. And so we began talking about, okay, if we have to say so long to some things, what are some things maybe that we could maybe say yes to and maybe add some new things to our lives? And so we began to do that. And that conversation actually led us, which was fun, to talking about our friends. And anyway, we have a mixed bag. Some have really kind of given up on life to some degree. I mean, they're sitting on the couch. They bought into the lie. They're going into a retirement that they're not enjoying. And yet there are some that hit age 50 and to some degree, and at the time we didn't know what really led to it, but we knew that they hit a second stride. They got a second wind. And so that led us to begin kind of putting the framework of a book together, and me dreaming about what if some of these friends who really have learned what it means to lean into just a real fresh way of living, maybe they would be open to writing a book together. I kind of selected these people where I thought maybe I could pressure them into doing it. So anyway, Tina, you were one of those, and look what happened. That was kind of fun. So
We
there you
also
go.
we all served on a church planning team for the denomination that we were a part of, and Rod was our fearless leader. So he still has the ability to talk us into doing things that we wouldn't normally ordinarily do.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
It's so fun. I love the thought that in our 50s, because you went through a divorce, I've been through a divorce, I mean, and what seems like the end of the best part of our lives, when God gets involved in that, now we're facing new adventures that are so exciting that it just, you want to get up in the morning, and go after it again, and it's kind of like a second wind. And I love that.
Yeah.
Tell us, Rod, why you use the fifth pivot analogy and what that means.
Well, I mean, I'm a basketball player, at heart. Any longer now, I can shoot some free throws. That's about it. No, I was in counseling, and anyway, my counselor, he was, asking me if there was nothing I wouldn't take responsibility for, and he wasn't complimenting me. He was saying, "Hey, some things are other people's responsibilities." And anyway, and I remember the session where he was asking me if I was inclined to harm myself. And that really surprised me because, I mean, I told him, I said, no, I'm not thinking about harming myself. I said, I'd like to kill a few other people in my life right now. But, other than that, I think I'm fine. But what he was describing was something he saw a hint of in me. And that was that sense of hopelessness that kind of gives way to like nothing matters. And so I might as well, give up. And so anyway, what I found myself doing at that point is doing a real careful analysis of my life, what mattered. And Tina, you were a part of my life that I was able to say, I want to keep those relationships, but I need to dump a bunch of relationships, especially the betrayal kind. Right. And so what I found myself doing is I need to hang on and anchor myself like a basketball player will pivot off of a foot, anchor themselves in something solid. So my friendships, my tried and true relationships, the things that I love that brings me life, like I run a fish camp, and so I'm going to hang on to that. I serve Native communities here in Alaska, and I love that, and so I'm going to hang on to that. So I leaned into those things, and I pivoted, hanging on to those things away from all the stuff that really didn't matter anymore. And there was a lot. And then I actually then turned towards, even as leaving stuff behind, I turned towards a bunch of things that I had listed out that I wanted to do. I just thought, what? I may be 60 years old right now, but dang it, I'm not done. And I felt like I had something still to offer the world, and maybe another woman. I didn't want to bring all the baggage of 50 years into that, but I did think that, man, maybe a sunset could be something I could enjoy with someone else, maybe. Yeah. And look what's happened. So I think it's about anchoring yourself into something that matters. It's pivoting away from things that don't and towards new things that are going to kind of shape your life from now on.
Yeah. I had a friend tell me, we were talking about pivoting, and because some things have come into my life pretty rapidly, and a lot of things are happening very quickly and very fast. And she said, well, when you pivot, Tina, it's very quick. When you're on the basketball court and you pivot, it's fast. It's not like you're meandering up to it. You're just like, you're in the middle, and like, oh, all of a sudden, there's this course correction, and I love that sometimes it happens fast like that. And I think the more we embrace it, and just like you said, we have to let go of what was to embrace what is. And I think that's a super important life lesson. I heard Steven Tyler on American Idol, actually, it's a famous quote of somebody, but I don't know. I heard Steven Tyler say it. Okay. So I give him props, but he said, you got to lose sight of the shore before you can get to where you're going. And that's a scary place to be, that kind of in between. And some of you listening may kind of be in that in between phase, and it's kind of scary, but hopefully this book will encourage you to stay the course and, really go after the new stuff, because there are great things happening, and it's different. It looks different. It feels different. It's like you said, you can't go cut 400 trees down anymore, right?
No, I don't even want to.
You know, and there are things that I realize I don't have the stamina to work 10 hours a day, 5 days a week anymore. I just don't have the stamina for that. But there are other things that I can do, and I do very well. And so I think coming to realization with where we're at and embracing it as a good thing, not as a negative thing, I think positions us for God to bring those pivotal moments in our life where He can bring something new in a new direction.
Yeah.
How have people responded to the book thus far? I've had some responding, and people have been very excited about it. But what are some of the stories, some of the things that people have said about the book thus far?
Well, there's been the Amazon reviews that have started to come in, and they're they're encouraging. But I'm finding that the most real and the raw ones are the ones that are kind of through direct messages and emails and texts and phone calls. And anyway, and some of the responses have been, quite frankly, anger. I have one friend who she said that she was reading the book, and it just made her mad because she could identify with some of the experiences of betrayal that each one of the authors talked about, and that had happened to her too. Yeah. And really, and what I told her is, I said, it sounds like you're viewing anger as bad. And she said, well, I don't want to get stuck there. And I said, well, that's a key. That is a key. But I said, one of the things I learned is that you need to allow yourself to feel it, whatever it is.
Yeah. That's
feel
true.
it. If it's anger, if it's betrayal, if it's mistrust, if it's whatever it is, feel it. But then let it go through you. I think that's part of what I realized, is that I can sit with it, let it go through me, and then choose something better. So that sense of betrayal and that sense of whatever, it finally does allow a person to stand up for themselves. And another friend is a guy, he immediately went and quit his job. And anyway, he'd been needing to quit for a long time, but he realized that he was wanting to pivot, but he couldn't turn away from the one thing that was killing him. And so anyway, in this case, Tina, he really needed to quit it and be away from the shore and lose sight of that, so that he wasn't always looking back. Yeah. And anyway, so I hope some of these people will write reviews publicly, because I think that though their situation is really raw right now, but I think that coming out the other side, they could offer a lot of hope with people. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. One of the things you wrote in the book, well, you said that you were talking about the book, and you said occasionally the book will make you cry because tears are the admission fee to an authentic life. And I just love that phrase. I used to see myself as weak because I cry a lot, because I'm a feeler and I feel things deeply. And so I cry easily and cry a lot. But I've realized that that's a gift. That's a gift from the Lord, a tender heart, is a gift. And if we want to live authentic lives, we got to feel it. We got to allow ourselves to feel, like you said, feel the anger, feel the emotions of all the things that happen to us. And I think a book like this, it always helped me to, when I went through my divorce, I read Lisa Turker's book that she wrote. It was a devotional book called Seeing Beautiful Again. And she had gone through a marriage, and her husband cheated on her, all the stuff. And so it helped me to just hear from somebody else's perspective who had experienced what I was experiencing. Because you think, well, maybe I'm not crazy, maybe this is for real, And I think leaders particularly tend to isolate, and because you don't feel like you can express, you don't feel like you have people around you. And this book is not just for leaders. We were all leaders and have experienced certain things. But I think in general in life, we have to just embrace it, feel it, talk about it, be honest about it, be real about it, and cry the dang tears,
Yeah.
I just think it's so important. Emotions were given to us by God. So we just got to feel them, and we got to experience them. Dina, Ray, do you guys have any questions for Rod that you'd like to ask?
Not that I can think of, just from what I was able to skim through today. I mean, it really touched my heart from the different point of views that it gave. I wasn't able to read it all. I read a summary, and there were, different points of views, but it was really emotional reading that everyone was so genuine. And obviously I picked a piece of Tina's story that touched out to me, and it was where she was talking about the Japanese art being broken and they put it back together and it's not cracks now, it's glitter. And I thought, it speaks volumes to me for all the scars and things that I've went through. So I can see this book's going to be a great success. I downloaded it off Amazon, so I'm anxious to read it all. Yes. Yes.
I'm glad.
For those of you who don't know, kintsugi is a Japanese art where the potter takes broken pottery and glues it back together, and the scars or the places where it's glued back together, then they paint it with 24 karat gold, and the pottery is actually worth more after it's repaired. Its brokenness actually causes its value to increase. And so it's a beautiful art of just how God takes all of our broken pieces and makes something beautiful out of them. And I love it. I'm going to actually buy me a piece of kintsugi one of these days, because I don't even know where you can buy that at. I love
find one in our travels.
And one of the in the chapter by Mike Masters, I really resonated with me. He said there were quiet nights when the silence felt heavy. And Rod, you probably get this too, but when the silence felt heavy, when I wondered if my best days were behind me, if all the years of pouring out was worth it.
Yeah.
And I thought, boy, I mean, I've felt that way a few times, you know.
Yeah.
Even over the last 3 years, I felt that way. It's like, what the heck, you know? Is any of it worth it? But we know it was, and we know in the book, each chapter is somebody's story, and there's ways that God used their story and lessons that were taught, lessons that were won. And I'm a firm believer that some things are only learned in the crucible of suffering. And we don't really want to talk about that. We don't like to talk about that because it's not, you know, it's not a popular sermon topic, but
Right. Yep.
But our experiences tell us that, you know, although God don't author certain situations, he certainly is there to pick up the pieces, and he'll let us walk through it and traverse it with us. And so I just love, Ron, I'm so grateful that you pulled all of us together to write this book. I really think it's going to matter to a lot of people. And before we close this segment, Rod, I'd just love to hear, what is the big takeaway that you hope people will take away from this book?
That's pretty easy for me, really. I work with Alaska Native people, and it's a very vibrant and incredible culture that has shaped my life in many ways. Having grown up here in Alaska, my friends, come from that culture. And in the Native culture here in Alaska, there is a high value for elders. And so the elders occupy a place of wisdom. You know, the price that they paid over their lives makes them incredibly valuable, so that the younger generations don't make the mistakes that they made, that they can pass on. They're an oral culture, and so they talk story a lot. Now, while I love that, I find myself living in my own culture where elders are not valued. Elders are tolerated in some cases, and in many cases, they're relegated to the sidelines. Be here to help finance what we're doing, but we don't need meaningful involvement. And honestly, that's a huge mistake. It's unbiblical. It's not something that you'll find practiced in cultures that value elders, but it should be. And so if I could tell you, like, what the takeaway I hope it is that people would realize that the culture does relegate us, but we don't have to allow ourselves to be relegated. We can just stand up, and I call it a quiet mutiny. We just say, hell no, that ain't going to happen to me. And anyway, you don't shoulder yourself your way to the front of the line, but you do, I guess, allow yourself the ability to dream again, to maybe, look at some things that you wanted to do all your life and never had the chance to do. And people of our generation, listen, we've been raised not to be selfish. And so I think it's time for us to recognize that this isn't an act of selfishness. In fact, it might be the greatest act of kindness that we would leave behind, that we would pay attention to ourselves, value ourselves, and then look at some of the things that we would love to do things we'd love to be, the book we wish we'd written, the paper, the people that we wish we had served, the places that we wanted to go. The volunteer places. I'll tell you, there's never a no when I go to volunteer someplace. They always say yes, and our lives can make a huge difference. If the takeaway would be that people would say, you know what, I'm not sitting on my couch any more than I have to. I'm going to get up and go do something with my life. Then that would really make me happy.
Absolutely. It ain't over.
Nope.
It ain't over. There's still lots to be done and new adventures to be had. So absolutely.
That's right. Yep.
I think that we all represent that here.
Absolutely.
You know, we started this and we're all older.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you guys think you're doing anyway? Come on.
All right. New adventures await. Oh man. You can purchase The Fifth Pivot on Amazon.com. If you want to go there, you can buy the book. Buy the book, read it, leave us a review. We would love to hear from you, hear what you think about our book. And it's up on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. But if you're listening on the radio, it's just go to Amazon.com and search The Fifth Pivot, and we will come up. And we'd love to hear from you and hear what you think. So, Rod, thank you for joining us today, all the way from the great north.
That's it. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You are one of my favorite mentors, and I glean from you often. So thank you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for joining us today. Love you so much.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Good to see you.
All right. It's time now for Tell Me Something Good. Ray, who's this brought to us by?
Well, this is brought to us by Elmer Fudge and Tweety Treat. Tweety Treats and Elmer Fudge. Need treats for a party or goodies for gifts? Search no more. Elmer Fudge and Tweety Treats. Have you covered with personalized fudge flavors and a variety of baked goods? Text 404-482-2626 for more information. So, Dave, what is this that we have on the screen today? It looks like something with cashews.
This is milk chocolate cashew. When you look at all those nuts.
Lots of nuts.
Wow, that looks yummy.
Those nuts are there, right there.
Chocolate.
Are they salted?
Nut covered in chocolate.
No, but is it like salty nuts or just plain?
These are salted cashews.
See, that sounds even better to me.
It does sound good.
Yum.
Yes, that looks great. Cannot wait to try those.
Yummy. All right, Ray, tell me something good.
Ray, before you go, please.
Okay.
Tina has a box of fudge. I'm telling on her.
You know what? I just realized they told me that when they dropped the baked goods at the coffee shop that there was fudge there, and I forgot to get it Saturday. So I'm hoping they haven't eaten it all.
Man, she's not gonna share.
No, I don't even have it. No. Ray, tell me something good.
Okay, so there is research that laughing at yourself is good for you. Good for us. So we've all been there. You wave at the wrong person, knock over a glass of water, or mispronounce a word. But rather than stewing in embarrassment, laughing at yourself during these situations might make you more likable. From a study, researchers conducted 6 experiments with more than 3,000 participants who read about other people's embarrassing mishaps. And they were told about or shown photos of how the person who made the faux pas reacted. When people appeared to find humor in the situation, study subjects said they came across as warmer, more competent, and more authentic than those who looked flustered or embarrassed, the authors wrote. So laughing at yourself signals self-acceptance.
Oh, wow. That's good.
And we love people who accept themselves. So that is a study.
Is laughing at my boyfriend
Nice.
count? Can I laugh at you?
What's that?
I said, does laughing at my boyfriend count, or do I just have to laugh at myself?
Well, I think it's specifically talking about like when you mess up and you just find humor in it, which I think we all are effectively can do that.
Yeah, I think we do pretty good.
I think so. If I fall, I'm laughing first.
Oh yeah.
Like, because we all know I'm clumsy.
I'm not even gonna tell you what happened to me yesterday. So
You what?
I'm not even gonna tell you what happened to me yesterday.
Oh,
You laughed. I laughed, but the red face, I laughed.
Even better. Love it.
Dina, tell me something good real quick.
Well, real quick, y'all, a city in Spain is reviving a 3,000-year-old solution to combat extreme heat. One of the hottest cities in Europe, Seville, Spain, find itself on the front lines of a climate crisis. So basically, they are going to go back to cooling water underground is the summary, something that they used to do years and years ago, so that when the heat peaks, they'll have cool water underground, and they need to invest as much as possible into prevent further warming. So they already have these systems in place, so they're utilizing them from ancient times and basically bringing the system back to life, and it's working.
Yeah, the Romans had an aqueduct system. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, they did. They had toilets and everything.
Listen, when Jesus
Like a
talked
sewer system.
about, I'd rather you be hot or cold. If you're lukewarm, I'll spew you out of my mouth. That's what it was referring. Water wasn't useful, and they had aqueducts that kept it cold, and then they would heat it for warmth. I mean, to make it hot. That's the deal. It wasn't useful. Warm water wasn't useful. Yeah, so they were pretty.
Right.
Smart. They were actually
Yeah,
pretty smart.
absolutely.
Yeah, they were. Please don't forget to join us for our cruise in. We had a lot of great cars show up last time, and we would love for you to join us. If you got some vehicles, we had Vipers, we had new hot rods, old hot rods. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So Dave's going to flip through some pictures there, but there was a lot of different cars there. And some old Mustangs. And,
Nice.
Cool.
That looks like Eleanor.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool. There was
Very
a lot
nice.
of cars. There was everything from old Fords to new cars, So yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, everybody come.
That was my first car that I had.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
A fastback?
There was some cool ones.
Nice.
Cobra 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cool. Now those look like some Starsky and Hutch vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first car was a baby blue Cutlass Supreme. I wish I still had it now, but
Mine was white and blue. It looked like the Charlie's Angels car.
Oh wow, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, Dina, it's time to wrap things up.
Alrighty, this wrap up is brought to you by Lexi Lulu's Loot. Luxury for less. It's the way to impress. Worldwide shipping straight to your address. Style and savings you'll always find. Luxury for less. The world's yours to shine. You can find Lexi Lulu's Loot on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. We have a coupon code for our loyal BFAM listeners. It is BFAM2025, and you save 13% off your entire order.
Nice. Where can we find you at, Dina, on social media?
Y'all can find me on TikTok and Instagram, dhoop1313, and on Facebook, it's spelled like Deanna Hooper.
Gotcha. Ray, where can we find you?
You can find me at Ray at Green at TikTok and Facebook. Christian Rayette on Instagram.
All right. You can find me on Facebook and TikTok and Tina Spellman. You can find me on Instagram, Pastor Tina 0201. So look us up. Go to our YouTube page. Go to How's Your Mom and Them YouTube page, Facebook page. Follow us, like us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really want to get our YouTube followers up. So please share that with all the people you know, all your friends, all your family. Ask them to go on there and like it for us, follow us. We need your help to get the word out there. So, yeah. This week's word for the week is brought to you by Miss Tina McAlpin, your caring, dedicated realtor for life. Tina McAlpin is a caring and dedicated real estate professional who brings deep knowledge of the market and genuine heart to every client relationship. She treats you like family, listening closely, guiding honestly, and standing by your side through every step of buying or selling your home. Whether you're searching across town or preparing to list your property, Tina will come to you, meet you where you are, and make the process feel effortless. With Tina, you gain more than a realtor, you gain a trusted friend and partner for life. And I will say firsthand, my best friend is using Tina to sell her house, the house that I currently live in. And Tina's doing a fantastic job helping us get it staged and get it ready to go on the market. So, yeah, if you're interested in a house in Taylorsville, Georgia, hit me up. I know a beautiful farmhouse. It's going to be for sale soon. So, yeah. Patricia Ray, thank you. She said, you girls have a good day.
You too, Patricia.
You have a great day too. Well, this week we were talking about our segment on the fifth pivot. We're talking about being at a certain age bracket, and we're all getting older. I mean, we're all. Dina, how are you?
Well, that's not a nice question.
Sorry, you ain't hit 50 yet, have you? Let me just say that. Yeah, no,
Not
you ain't
yet.
Yeah, okay. You haven't joined the 50 club yet. I was telling Hester today, I said, I think we're senior citizens now, but I think I got one more year before I'm a senior citizen. So, yeah,
55.
Yeah, I got one more year to go.
I have a husband whose age I use frequently for his discount.
Yeah, Hester's senior citizen. We'll be getting them discounts. We go to the movies, you can get a senior citizen discount. Heck yes.
I'll get that this year in August.
Oh, listen,
Girl, we're going to use you.
Hey, the fact that I'm 54 and, don't look like a old hag, I mean, I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it.
Absolutely. Yes. This is supposed to be the best
I was
time
going
of
to
our
say,
life.
Best self.
I'm really active in TikTok world, and there's a huge Gen X following.
Oh, yeah, there is. Huge. Said to shut up, Dina.
He does not like using the senior citizen discount. He will walk away if I say he's a senior citizen.
Hey, anything they want to give you for free, you've earned that, Steve. Come on, take it.
Exactly.
You've earned it. Anyway, but I wanted to encourage you today on the heels of that to not look back. Don't look back. The rearview mirror is way smaller than the forward windshield. So grow from your past experiences, but don't let them hold you back. We all have baggage. At this age, we all got baggage, and we have to just own it, acknowledge it, and refuse to allow it to affect our future. When God instructed Lot to take his family and leave Sodom, he told him to not look back. Don't look back. And Lot's wife did, and she turned to a pillar of salt. So we don't want you to turn to a pillar of salt today, but yeah. There were people, I imagine when there were people yelling at them, hey, come back, don't leave, don't go, don't, whatever, but God was taking them, he was taking them out of the old into the new. And there are people who can't go with you where God is taking you. There are people from your past that can't go with you into your future. And sometimes you just got to let them go. And that's the hard part. It's like Rob was talking about earlier. There are situations and people and things in our lives that we just have to let go. We just got to leave them behind because they can't go with you where you're going. And so anytime we move to a new place, we just have to leave the old things behind. And that's hard. But we know that what lies ahead will be greater and better than what we left behind. Anytime God calls you to leave something behind, there's always something better waiting. And so the ending of one chapter is the beginning of another chapter. And so anytime we leave, anytime there's change in our life, there's a sense of loss. And grief always follows loss. But it's short-lived, because when you begin to walk and embrace in the new thing that God has for you, it kind of puts all that stuff that happened in the past in their perspective. And everything that happened to you has prepared you for where you're at now. And so we call it baggage, we call it whatever, but if we just learn from it and grow from it, then we can be a better version of ourselves for where we're at now and where God's taken us. And so just do that. Embrace it, grow from it, and move forward. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us this week. We're so happy to have you part of our How's Your Mom and Them family. So we will see you guys next week. Love you.